Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a demo and first impression / review of the Jouer Cosmetics High Coverage Foundation. If you want to see my thoughts, some swatches, and my opinion, then just keep on watching. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Now don't mind my eyes, I'm trying to film a tutorial on this like red rose gold Valentine's Day-esque type of look. But I did get this in the mail. But I just recently did get this in the mail. This is a package from Jouer Cosmetics. Super intense packaging. Like, I'm so, like, shocked. Like, this is legit packaging for my foundation, which I appreciate. So, shout out to you, Jouer. Thank you very much. And then it comes in this, like, gold tissue paper. Ooh, she's a big box. Like, that's a big box. So basically what I ordered is the Jouer Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation. Now this says it has hyaluronic acid, tripeptide complex, matte, and it is oil free. Also this here. This is basically the foundation that I got. Ooh, and all the shades listed here. What shade did I get? I got the shade Almond. Ooh, that might be a little light. Should have tried for one of these. So this is all the shades here. The shade that I got is Almond, but they also gave a bunch of different samples in here as well. It basically gives a sheet of what shade samples included in the box. So they gave me Almond, Fawn, Latte, Caramel, Macchiato, Bronze, and Nutmeg. So I have all the little pouches here. I think because I got them all, I feel like I should just swatch them for you. So Almond is my shade. Oh, well, that's the shade that I got. I think that might be a little too light. Next shade we're gonna swatch is Fawn. Oh, this one seems lighter. Ooh, that's really light. So that's Fawn. Fawn is here. That is super light. So the next swatch is Latte. This one has like a lot of yellow undertones. I have 4 more shades here. Which one is next? Caramel. This one's really dark. Oh, actually, Caramel might have been my shade. I think Caramel might be my shade. The next one is Macchiato. That might have been my shade. I wish foundation companies would sell little samplers like this, so you can kind of test your shade. I think that might be it. I got this one here, and I think this might be better match. Actually, on camera, it does not look like a better match. The next one is Bronze. So that's Bronze there. Why do they look so light on camera? And the last shade we have is Nutmeg. Which that actually, no, that's too dark. Like this is what I ordered here. This is blending into my skin nicely. Let's try blending it out. But it looks super orange. They dry really fast. And this one right next to it is a little too yellow for me. I do like this shade here. Like, that's a nice blend. Okay, so now that we swatched all the shades and I'm 90% sure that I got shade too light, we're still gonna go try this foundation out and we're gonna pray and hope that with concealer and bronzing, everything will turn out great. So again, this is the Jouer High Coverage Cream Foundation. Let's read some claims. It claims to be a high coverage cream foundation, supreme coverage, lightweight, and long wearing. Essential high coverage foundation cream creates an impeccable airbrush matte finish instantly. Smoothly soothe a small amount of the concentrated formula onto the skin with the Jouer's Essential Precision Foundation Brush and buffs to reveal your perfect complexion. So love this packaging here that it comes in. I ordered this directly from the Jouer website. Oh, the foundation is actually kind of small. Yeah, this is gonna be way too light for me. But I'm glad that they gave me the sample so that I can order my correct shade. Which I'm so shocked that this it's not my shade. Again, this is Almond. So it says to shake roll on the box. I'm just gonna shake it. What you should do with most foundation is shake them, because sometimes the pigment can settle. And it has a beautiful gold pump. Love that. So I'm just gonna squirt 3 squirts on the back of my hand. I'm gonna first start off with the Smashbox Primer Water. Love this stuff. Then I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Hangover RX. Hold on. We need to do something with this foundation. Then I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer. Oh, this foundation is still there. Then I'm going to be taking the Makeup Forever Step 1 in Skin Smoothing Primer. This is great for pores. And just applying this in the T-zone area. Now that we're fully primed, we're going to go in with this foundation. I'll just do half of my face so we can compare coverage. Again, like full coverage foundations, you want to make sure you get it as close to your skin as possible, because if not, you're going to have a problem. Exhibit A. This is way too light. But let's try and make it work. It definitely is full coverage. And it really is lightweight. Like as much coverage as it's giving me, like I barely feel it. So I definitely love that it's lightweight. It does have a weird scent to it. I can't really explain it. But it's not like a fragrance scent. It's more like a product scent, if that makes sense. Holy cow, we look ghostly. This is for medium skin tone. The swatch that I personally like when we were swatching it earlier is for tan skin tone, and I usually don't ever go into the tan skin tone description area. Like usually, most foundations, I'm in the medium skin tone area. But I also did not look at swatches of this foundation. I kind of just went off of the swatches on the website, which you should never do, clearly. Okay, so another thing I want to do before adding on any product is trying doing flash photography. Now, I notice a lot of people when they do this test, they often do it after they add on additional product, but I want to do it before adding on any other product to see if the foundation itself has flash photography. I mean, if the foundation itself flashes back with flash photography. So I will say there's not really a flashback, but it could be like I look really ghostly, but it could also be just because I have the wrong shade of foundation. Like my shade is way too light. So that could also be why it's looking very ghostly. But other than that, no flash photography, which is really good to hear. But it also could probably be because there's no sunscreen, and sunscreen is usually what flashes back in photography. So, you don't see any of my redness, which is really good. But let's try adding some bronzer to add some color back to the face, because I'm looking so pale. And I usually don't put this much. But because we're so off on foundation shade, but I really do want to test this foundation for you folks, I'm going to be adding in quite a bit of this product.
I think if I mix this with other foundations that are darker, this would be really nice. But I really am going to pick up my real foundation shade. Because so far, at first impressions, I love it. Now, this wouldn't be a good everyday foundation, but I think like a good going out foundation. Or, you know, for events, or when you know you're going to have a lot of photography.
I'm going to do a little bit of concealing. Oh, that's crazy that my concealer is almost darker than my foundation. This part I need to get really close to the eye, so pardon me. The concealer is not sitting nicely on it. I don't know if it's the primer or the concealer, but it's not sitting nicely on the foundation. I'm finding myself having to press a lot lighter than normal so it doesn't leave any streaks behind. Let me add a little bit more concealer on my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and just a tad bit underneath my contour. I love this Tarte Shape Tape. And then lastly, before I do the rest of my face, I'm going to be setting it with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I kind of forgot the name for a moment. And I love this for baking. Now, a lot of people complain about it having flashback, but I go in and dust off my bankage with additional foundation powder to add a little bit more color back to the face, which is why I think I don't have too much problems with flashback. But if this is all you're doing, then you may experience flashback. now that I have everything on it, the powders, the eyes done, setting powder, setting spray, everything's like on it. I absolutely love it, and I don't think you can tell that it's too light of a foundation. Now, I definitely want to pick up like my actual foundation, which I'm so mad that Almond didn't really work out for me, but again, I kind of made it work. Like, it's a little light, but I think that once I pick up my actual foundation, I'm absolutely going to love this foundation. I already love it as is. One thing I will say though is that it is matte. Like, I think it said matte on here, or on the box. There's a box. Yeah, matte foundation, oil-free, paraben-free. It definitely is matte, and I'm more of a dewy type of foundation kind of person. So I think if I mix this to make this shade work with maybe a darker dewy type of foundation, I think this would be beautiful. Now, I don't know how I feel about the primers that I used with it. I think I need to use a lot more hydrating primers if I'm going to use this foundation. Again, I do have oily skin, but I also have normal / dry. Like, I have everything. It's like a combination, because before I start like going on with my day, my skin is super dry. And so while I'm applying my foundation, I'm always constantly having to moisturize or spray some of my primer water, which has been a huge help with just like making sure that everything goes on seamlessly. But then throughout the day, as like hours go on, I get super oily, which I think this foundation would literally just like not show anything, and I probably will not have to do touch-ups the rest of the day because of how matte this foundation is. I swear, it's just so beautiful, and it's like translating so nicely on the camera. Like, I hope it wears nicely, and it hasn't seemed to oxidize. I've been wearing this for maybe about an hour and a half, so it's almost true to color. I will say, like, here where I don't apply as much bronzer and such, it does kind of match better to my skin tone, so maybe it oxidized a little, but not too much, just drastically changing the shade of the foundation. So definitely get what you feel would match your shade. But I absolutely love it. When they say high coverage, full coverage, like, they aren't kidding you. Like, it looks so good. I will say around my nose area, it is starting to get a little bit cakey and a little bit cracky almost. But all you need is a little setting spray, and it just straightens things on out. I love it. This is definitely not a foundation for someone who's not looking for full coverage, because it is full coverage. Like, they are not playing when they say full coverage. But hey, I'm a full coverage queen, so I'm all here for it. But yeah, I absolutely love this. If you tried out this foundation, please let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. If you like review videos like this and trying out foundation products, then just let me know in the comment section and what other foundation type of products that you want me to try out for you folks. But before you leave, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Click subscribe before you leave, and until next time, bye.